There it goes. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, friends. Sorry for the late start. A couple technical difficulties on our end. We are professionals after all. This is everybody's full-time job, right? Right? Yeah. Special shout out this week, just as we're getting set up. Josh reworked some of our overlays to give you guys more beautiful face framing so you can actually see everybody's beautiful faces. Of course, hi, Mom. Obligatory.
Hi, Mom.
Obligatory. Hi, Mom.
We hope you enjoy your present that was sent to you. First official piece of Cyorion merch got sent to her. I didn't even buy one for myself yet. I still don't have anything yet, but Mom's got a shirt. That's what's important. So last week while we were here, actually, why don't I not be a jerk and intro everybody first? We'll just run around the horn and let everybody say hi really quick, starting with Josh.
I'm Josh. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. Super great. Wow, my hair looks like it's got a butt crack in it. Okay, it's really nice. I love it.
I don't think I even possibly thought of that.
I just saw the valley down the middle here and I was like, it's a butt head.
Oh my god.
I play a human gunslinger. There you go. There's the rest of it.
Next is Sarah, the perpetually embarrassed to be here.
Hi, I'm Sarah, the perpetually embarrassed. I'm Max Meal, the tiefling sorcerer.
It's a good title.
It is. There's Magic, the purveyor of perpetual embarrassment.
Hello, everybody. That is correct, Ben.
Oh, I know dad rolls.
Stole my line. But isn't that a dad's job?
It is dad's job, absolutely.
My name is Magic, and I play Tarak, the half-orc monk.
Next up on the other side is Zach.
Hey, everyone. I don't get a cool title. I'm Zach. I play Doran, the Dragonborn Barbarian.
Zach, the perpetually awesome.
That's
Oh,
right. You don't need a
for-
cool title to be cool.
After
Stop! You're gonna make me cry.
After that, we've got Nate.
Hi, I'm Nate, the perpetually untitled. I play Soren, the half-elf rogue bladesinger.
That's a big brain move right there, Nate.
That is a big brain move. I love it. I guess if I got to give him out, we'll just go with David next, the perpetual, the endless one who will always be in our hearts forever.
This one.
I would have gone with David, the perpetually creepy.
No, that's Botrin. Botrin has securely owned that title.
I am David. I play Batran, the human witch.
Fantastic. And as always, I'm Ben, BM the DM. You can find me online at BM the DM.
Perpetually awesome.
Oh, no, hardly. The perpetually confused and stressed as I'm like looking at my lighting going, my camera's really off today. There, now I look normal again. Congratulations, Ben. You have face color.
Yes, we got warmth.
I know, it's warm. It's the stupid Logitech auto white balance crap. It's like, I want to whitewash everything. Thanks, racist camera. Jerk.
I was about to make the same joke. I was just like, so it's the South?
Didn't you make a tweet today about wavelengths with you and me?
Yeah. We're sharing a brain cell, and it's joint custody day.
Yep. You and I share it today.
Nice.
So last week we entered, after having battled some Dune mimics outside, entered the Temple of Vakoth. This really the Temple of Balance, as somebody joked about last week. Considering the 20s and 1s that were rolled, it was fantastic. Ran into some very creepy Dune sand zombies that were that we encountered on the way down. Had a few traps to scooch aside. The 10-foot pole came in handy, very handy. Which you guys were able to get across the floor trap easily because you could poke things. And then I made you all do math. Very late at night for some people. Like, poor Magic was
You tried to make us all do math. I did no math.
A few people did some math, and a few people double checked that math, and everybody else sat around and went, we'll reap the reward. This has very group project vibes.
I took notes on what was said and what was determined from math, but not my math.
gorgeous.
It's gonna be on the final. Don't worry, they're gonna
I
fail.
played the emo theater kid and just sat there at the table. And,
Yeah, that's all right.
Brooding.
I'm on Eastern time. You can hit us with math today.
Oh, well, I
Yeah,
haven't.
good luck. It's not math. It's my problem. No.
The only math you guys are gonna have to do today is letting me know when you hit 0 hit points. So,
Cool.
Oh, those are some fighting words. man.
ooh, savage. But you guys did get to do a really fun puzzle, which
That
probably
was
everybody
awesome.
appreciated. And Sam said that they wanted to draw it, so I sent Sam a whole bunch of information. So we'll see if Sam draws our temple.
Cool.
Very
So
cool. stuff.
cool.
But we had just opened up the staircase down this sarcophagus that leads into the next leads further down into the room, and unfortunately we didn't have quite enough time last week, but a lot of you see as the sarcophagus opens, there's a whole bunch of carvings on the wall down below. Little
Do we see light?
You don't see any light coming from down there, but there are carvings on the wall of animals, various things, and a little bit more detail on the sides of this room. They kind of match the sides on this room. While you had the huge murals where your big focus last week, you note some of these similar hieroglyphs on the sides here. You can actually see them kind of matching going down.
Stairways down?
Stairway down.
Oh.
You said it was primarily like animals.
A lot of different animals, but yeah, mostly.
Interesting.
Is there any like commonality between the animals?
Make an investigation check.
Natural 20 for I believe a 21.
Nice
20.
first roll.
Seriously, we're starting off strong, or we're going to be balancing it real soon.
The eternal pessimist. Perpetually pessimist.
I got you.
Anyways.
There's a lot of desert creatures out here. Various like rocks are a big one, like the vultures. There are some camels and other depictions on there. The most interesting thing to you, though, is immediately above the staircase going down, there is a single scorpion on the top of that.
Are those just the creatures kind of just standing there, or do they actually depict any scenes? Like,
No, most of them are just kind
fighting
of.
each other. Or...
Most of them are decorative.
Gotcha.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Head down.
You guys trying to sneak down, or are you just?
We still have Pass Without a Trace up, if I recall.
We should, since you just put it
Yeah.
It
No, we
does
still
last
have
a
it.
long
I mean,
time.
we can. We just. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you didn't mean that it was still active, because I think we had the 15-minute rest. Wait a second, it could be. So how long have we been there?
Yeah,
About
lasts for an
40
hour.
minutes or so.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys haven't been in the temple for a full hour yet.
Okay, so we still have it. Good.
Yep.
Stealth away then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, not bad. Plus 11. That's 27. That's a 37 total.
real soon.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to get stealth checks for everybody. Sorry.
15.
Oof. 18 total.
29.
It's 13 for me.
We are rolling so well.
Sweet 11.
Get it out of the way. It just stairs.
Well, the 11 is a 21, right? Because it's plus 10.
Yep, plus 10.
Correct.
Oh, right, plus 10, so 23.
No, mine's a total of.
No, I was talking about the veterans roll. But yeah, yours is a. Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Let me get a marching order. If you just want to line yourself on the dark space there, let's go ahead and switch to the map so everybody can see what we're looking at here.
Collides with a wall.
Stupid wall collision. It doesn't anymore. There you go.
Yeah. All right, I'll go first. I got dark vision and stealthy. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go after.
guess I'll kind of stay in the middle because I have Pass Without a Trace, so I should be in the center.
Max is last.
I'll go right behind Turok.
All right. You got my back.
Yeah, I'm literally grabbing onto your cloak like I can't see anything. I hope you know where you're going.
So do we not have the lights anymore?
No, they're here.
Okay.
Here you
Yeah.
go.
But that will not. Oh yeah. Right on. Oh crap.
So it is a temple of balance, and I finally get some natural 20s too.
Oh.
Excellent. We're happy for you.
I'm very happy for you. Yeah.
No, you're supposed to get the ones. We had the 20. You get the 1. That's how balance works. Okay.
Oh. Gotcha.
Can we do that? Can we do that stream thing where like I give you $5 and then I get to decide that you roll the 1?
There is a Kofi up somewhere. I just haven't put it back on the stream yet. It exists. I'm gonna decide to make you re-roll that. Love it. Love that.
I'll throw
for you.
$5 at you for that.
Maximiel, taking up the
Yes.
rear, heading down the long staircase. You don't hear anything at first. What you feel, if a 17 hits you, is a sharp stinging pain in your leg.
Sure, the 17 hits.
Let's go ahead and roll some damage out here. 18 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
What is happening?
I'm being
Stabbed in the leg.
attacked from behind. Okay, that's a 14.
Beats it. Fantastic. You look down and you immediately recognize this scorpion that had climbed down the wall next to you and just stuck you in the leg.
Wait, so is it a big scorpion or just a little
It's
guy?
a small scorpion. It's not very large. It's small is relative. I mean, this is like a foot long scorpion.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
But
As long as it's not,
I mean,
really tiny ones.
at this point, we're going to actually go ahead and have you guys all roll initiative just because you're on initiative order.
So wait, you said 18 points?
18 points of piercing damage.
Did it not roll for me?
Oh.
There we go.
Neat.
So as you all walked directly past this thing, 21 for Maximilian, got you. Need to add your dex score.
34 for Tarak.
Yeah, mine's still not adding.
Don't forget the dancing lights.
Dancing lights don't get an initiative. Screw the dancing lights. That's really strange. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that later. It's okay, I got you. So as you all walk down, this is its surprise round, and Maximiel, it also hits you with its pincers, which is a 26 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
and an 11 to hit.
The 11 does not hit.
There we go. Max, you take 18 slashing damage.
Jesus
These-
Christ.
Tiny little pinches
God.
just rip into the flesh of your calf.
Scary scorpions are
So
scary.
Max is bloodied.
And then, whilst everybody's gone through a surprise round, And it is... I'm gonna let you go back up to the top. Tarak, you just hear a yelp from behind you, I would assume, as Maximil gets stabbed and pinched.
All right.
That hurts.
Does Tarak see the foot-long scorpion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so... All right, so Tarak jumps as close to the scorpion and Maximil as possible, and he just grabs his quarterstaff and just tries to impale the scorpion.
I'm gonna kind of move you guys all up to where it would have been, just to fit the map a little better. So those of you that are in front of the black cube, you're down the stairs a little ways, and Maximil would have been the last one walking in as it attacked. So Taraki would have been able to come out to about there and just start beating the crud out of it.
All right, so that is a 13 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay, so gonna try again. That fast little bugger is gonna try to stab it again as it's evaded the first strike. Come on, come on. 16.
16 is also a miss.
What?
Kidding me?
All right, so he's
Jesus. All right.
he's going to follow it up with a swift heel strike, trying to crush it.
Come on.
19's a hit.
That's a 19. All right.
I hope.
All right. For all right, for 9 points of damage. And just because he was really ticked off that he missed, he's going to use flurry of blows and do another unarmed strike with his foot. So he's going to try to just punt it away into the wall.
Okay.
That is a 17.
17's a hit.
All right.
Jesus.
For 7 points of damage.
You are striking this thing now, and it feels almost indistinguishable from stone. This is a very sturdy, little constructed scorpion, now that you're up close with it.
Okay, that's it for Tarak.
Okay. Oops. It's like, where's my combat
He's gonna
tracker?
try to kind of stand in front of Maximil because he sees how bloody she is, so he's gonna kind of try to shield her in case he's gonna attack again.
Perfect. Okay, Maximil, you are up.
Wow, so soon. Okay. Max is gonna cast Levitate on herself and just rise up 10 feet and be panicking because she has 3 hit points left and doesn't want to get close to that thing.
Yeah.
Does levitate grant you a flying movement speed, or is it just lifts you up?
It just lifts me up. I have to use the wall to move, so I'm just going to just lift. It says I can move like 20 feet per round, but I just want to move, 10 feet up if I can, and just kind of curl up into a little ball. That was not fun.
Okay. It is not going to try to attack you on its way up. It's more concerned with Tarak, who's trying to hit it with a stick now. But you levitate and float 20 feet up into the air.
Yep,
And
that's
just
it.
kind of lift it up over it and over the entrance there. Jaeger, you hear yelping and sticks and punches behind you.
And I look behind me. Do I see a scorpion?
Yes. Yeah, you see it back there on the ground. move
Just
you guys
a
to the side just to make more sense.
look around up and down the stairs. Are there like more scorpions? Did it come from somewhere that's like noticeable? Or did it just like apparate?
You're not sure exactly
Not
where
sure?
it came from, especially from where you're standing. But there are no scorpions on the walls down here.
How far down can I see down the stairs? Like how far does the staircase go?
Staircase goes down for about another 10 feet and then curves off to the left. So you can't quite tell where it goes from here.
I'm going to turn around and point my gun up the stairs and yell out to everyone. Let's see. Careful, we need to keep going. And I'll shoot a different colored shot, and my gun will turn a bluish color again. But I guess for the most part, everyone can now witness it. Is I pull it out and I kind of wring my hand across it, and as it does, it just like kind of freezes a little bit, and I'll shoot a chill shot at the scorpion here. Where did that go? Attack. Real dice. I have real dice.
We don't trust the in-game dice anymore, Josh.
Nope. So what is that actually? Make a range attack. What is my range attack? I'm just gonna do it in game, even though I rolled a 15. I don't know what it actually is. Hey, I rolled a 15 in game too.
22. 22's a hit.
All right. So then it's going to take 14 points of necrotic damage, and it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Chill touch, except a bullet.
It is a chill touch.
Yeah.
And is it an undead target?
Cool.
It is not.
Okay, well then that's it
The
for that.
necrotic spectral energy hits it, coats it, and runs off the sides.
That's okay.
Cool.
Not fun at all. Let's I am going to move down the stairs away from this thing and hopefully not run into another one. So I'll take 30 feet or 10 feet to the corner and look down to the corner.
Yeah, 10 feet down to the corner, you see it doubles back on itself and continues descending. Probably another 40 or 50 feet down, and then it flattens out to a hallway.
We gotta keep going. I'll just rush past, I guess.
Oh no. Okay. You continue to run down the stairs.
Boys, all right.
So you take your full movement down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
Okay.
take action and see what's down there.
So basically, once you get to Nate's character, you're at the end of the hall, just because that's theater of the mind down there. And then I'm going to put you 20 feet descended if you're running
Okay.
down the hall.
Sounds good.
Okay. Batrin. There's a strange, small scorpion behind you.
Well, I turn and take the tattoos at my forehead, use them to cast prehensile hair so that I can wrap the scorpion up and pin it to the ground.
Okay. I love it. Make a... Does prehensile hair grant you anything special for a grapple?
I don't think so.
It's my favorite and least favorite spell. It's so cool, but it's so gross.
Yeah, I'll let you make a an athletics check to try to grapple it.
Okay. So I need to cast the spell, yes.
Yeah, just use the spell slot. You don't have to actually click or cast the spell. I don't have any cool hair effects in my foundry, although I feel like I should. And ooh, the hair just doesn't quite get a hold of it.
Right.
It's really tough to grab a hold of this thing. It is quick.
And then Spackle will drift up toward and then, sink her hands into the stone of the scorpion's flesh.
Okay.
Spackle sheet. I need to double click on here. Life drain.
10. Jeez.
Go and just roll the attack for that one. Spackle reaches into it. And not only is Spackle just not able to get a hold of it, she tries to materialize like she normally does with the life drain, and the creature does not care. It just
Any
shrugs them off.
bonuses to flanking for that?
Yeah, even with the flanking bonus, like because it is flanking, you would have gotten +4 for a 19. The spackle grabs a hold of it and tries to drain the energy from it. Nothing happens. Anything else for Spackle and Botrin?
I think so.
Okay, and Soren, you will be up.
Okay, can I see it from where I am down the stairs?
A little hard to see from down the stairs. It's elevated up and on the flat ground.
How far would I have to move? I don't know how far down I am since like theater of the mind and elevation and all that stuff. You can
About 10 feet up to be able to spot it and like see the top
So,
of it
like,
to cast a spell on it. And, yeah,
there's-
it's right there. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna use 10 feet of movement and then bonus action steady aim as I kind of pull out my book from my hip, quick draw, and just kind of focus on it really quick. And I'm gonna cast Firebolt with advantage on the roll.
Okay.
Oh shit. What is my bonus? +8. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay. That is 2d10. And it froze.
I
Oh,
got
there we are.
13 points of damage.
13 fire damage. Yep.
You see the fire wash over, and as you expect it to scream and singe, it takes a little bit of singeing on the outside of its husk, but does not seem to take a lot of damage.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. Next up is its turn. It's now surrounded and not liking its predicament. So, it attempts to hit Tarak with its pincers and its stinger. So, snap, snap. It tries to pincer you twice for a not too good, a 16 and a 17 to hit.
Alright, those are both hits.
Both hits? Okay, so sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude when I said not too good. It just they rolled low. Well, oh my gosh, I did roll 2 10s for a max damage on one of the rolls of 15, and the other one is 12 damage. And then it tries to stab at you once with the stinger, and it only rolled a 2.
This thing hit harder than all of us.
It rolls a 2 to hit you, so absolutely whiffs on the stinger. And then it turns up to the wall and backs up and climbs back up the wall where it came from. You do have an opportunity attack, Tarak, as it retreats up the wall.
Yes, Tarag, definitely. Tarag is going to use his quarterstaff, and instead of trying to stab it, since that sucker seemed pretty fast, he's just going to sweep it over his head and then just try to hit it that way. And that is it's an 11 to hit.
11 is a miss.
All right.
So you smack the wall next to it. Yep, you do all have an inspiration to forget. Don't forget, because you guys solved the puzzle.
Yeah, that's fine. It's running away anyway. I'm not gonna use it for that.
So you watch as it creeps up the
Yells out
wall.
and curses really loudly.
Max, your heart sinks as it comes up the wall next to where you're at and starts creeping across it slowly towards you. And you watch as this strange scorpion sinks and flattens back into the stonework in the shape of the scorpion where it left from. And it molds back into this scorpion hieroglyphic carving on the side of the wall.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm a pretty good yes and D&D player. And I'm pretty sure it's not like you just can't say no and just be like, decide that doesn't happen. 'Cause that's what happened. But no, I don't like that. I'm fine with.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Never again, sir.
That was what Maximiel was actually saying as she's kind of floating back down.
Okay. Do you guys want to do anything to the scorpion's mark on the wall as it's sitting there? It molds back into it, and it looks like it's a piece of the stone again.
Are we out of combat?
You don't feel like you're in any immediate danger. Maximiel's floating away from the wall very nervously, so you're not sure.
Jaeger's running down the stairs.
Jaeger's gone.
Getting out of this death trap.
He left.
Can I see if there? Can I see if there? Can I see if there are any other scorpion hieroglyphs that seem to like appear? Like the scorpion one is still there on the wall, right? Right where it was.
So I want to make it clear that it went up to the wall and turned back into the hieroglyph.
Right. And okay, so it's still right there.
Yep.
Do I see any others in the area?
No. No,
Okay.
not in the immediate area. You don't see any more.
Any more hieroglyphs or any more scorpions? Just to clarify.
Any more scorpions? No.
Are there any more hieroglyphs?
Hieroglyphs, yes.
Scorpion.
There's a whole
There
bunch of
were
other
rocks
creatures.
Yeah.
and camels.
Bring on the camels. Let's kill them.
Again.
Yeah.
We've already.
Redemption.
The camels have suffered enough.
We do the killing of the camels.
Okay, Tarak kind of tries to lean on Maximiel and support her at the same time because he's pretty bloody too. He's got 14 hit points left. It's like
Yeah.
we should get out of here. Now.
One of the things that you do note, Soren, as you're coming further down and investigating, you see depictions in the hieroglyphs of humanoids. Half elves, tieflings, half orcs. There's an Aarakocra in here, and they're all carved into the hieroglyphs with depictions of horror on their faces.
Are they facing something specific?
Various directions, but they all seem to be a little bit further down the stairs, about 20-30 feet beyond the scorpion.
Are they life-sized?
Oh yes.
Gorgeous.
So they were visitors that became part of the wall.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep shooting at the scorpion hieroglyph. Like I will literally stand there for 10 whole minutes just blasting away at the fucking thing. I don't care because we have to come back out this way, and I don't want it attacking us a second time.
Yeah. Well.
Doran's gonna just kind of stop and just, it seems like maybe a silly thought, but where are we again?
Temple of Balance.
And how did we go down the stairs?
Not
I don't know.
balanced.
Exactly, we all went on one side, in one big line.
Gosh, dickety darn it, that is not what. That is. not
I mean, it's Temple of Balance. Maybe we need to be balanced going downstairs. 2 rows.
Sure, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
It seems to me like that's how this kind of crazy thing works, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
All right, once
Let's
I'm done
do it.
barbecuing this fucking wall, I'll join you down on the stairs.
well,
Max is still levitating.
Is Soren's actions seem to have any effect on the wall?
You're hurting the stone slowly but surely. Very slowly but surely. You're firebolting a stone wall. Is anybody else assisting you? The rest of you start going down the stairs?
No,
I'll
Tarak
I'll
isn't
switch it
gonna
up a little
leave
bit. I'll do like
He's
mind
just
sliver,
watching.
firebolt.
You mind sliver a wall.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's a creature that's in 2-dimensional space. If it's a creature.
The creature,
There is a dungeon race. Maybe we're in a race dungeon.
Oh god.
there's a new dungeon race.
It's wild.
So what you start to notice as you begin attacking it on the wall is the hieroglyph moves in 2-dimensional space on the wall as the scorpion starts skittering along the carvings to get away from your blasts. But
Okay.
it doesn't come off the wall.
Where does it go?
It continues moving in this area first. If you attack it a couple more times, it starts moving down the stone steps.
Oh. Do I get the sense that it's going to try and follow us?
You get the sense that it's running from you right now.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. All right, so seeing that, oh look, it's running. How charming. Should I keep hitting it, or just leave it alone?
One more
I
for
mean-
good measure.
Where's
I
everybody
think
else at this
it's
point while you're talking
really
about this?
doing
Are you guys
anything.
all down the stairs away from Soren?
No,
Yes.
just
Yes.
I am very far.
Jaeger ran away, like fully.
I don't want my prehensile hair to catch fire, so yes, I'm moving down the stairs.
Tarak, Doran, Maximil?
Rock is next to Maximil. I guess we're kind of at the end of the group right now, towards the
Yeah.
tail end.
would you like a little bit of a doodly doo?
I was just going to ask you for that.
Yep. Okay.
I feel terrible.
Doodly doo. This is why I
A
drink on
doodly-doo.
stream. Would you like a doodly
Apple
doo?
juice.
Drink apple juice on stream.
Something so little hurt you so much.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, nice. Okay. You get 12 points of non-damage.
Damage.
Non-damage.
Of
Easy
opposite
damage.
I undamage you.
Negative
Hey.
energy damage. That's a thing, right?
Positive
Note,
damage.
side note, funniest damn thing that ever happened in a game for me is I was playing with my wife. We had a character critical a spell so bad he ripped open a portal to another dimension, and I knew all the extraplanar dimensions. So I went to my wife and I said, I can roll or I can let you choose because you're new to the Pathfinder universe and you don't know. And so she's like, I'd like to choose. That sounds fun for our friend. She chooses the plane of positive energy, which is literally the interior of a sun. And sends this poor guy there. She's like, it's a happy place, right? Boom. Toasted. So yeah, but when you start saying positive damage, I was like, it's a bad thing. It just means sun damage.
Temple of Balance, right? So,
And Temple of Balance. Precisely. So, what is, you continuing to shoot things, Soren? As it's skittering along past some of the humanoids at this point.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Easy.
Not the living humanoids, the humanoid hieroglyphs.
Jax.
No, I think if I see that it's running away, I'll just kind of give it one last one, like, yeah, better fuck off. And then just let it run. Because like I just don't want it to be here when we come back and have it ambush us again. Because we're gonna be hurting even more, I know that much.
Roll a d20. I want to see odds if you're shooting it on the run if it hits a humanoid hieroglyph.
12.
Or not. Evens, it does not. It just shoots the wall next to one of them. It skitters off and kind of ends up on the ceiling at one point. And this is a little bit further down the stairs at this point. And then you see it take off into the distance, running down the hall. After Jaeger,
Which way, left or right? Oh, okay.
who's down there alone, probably another 60, 70 feet down the hall at this point.
So I have no idea where he is. Cool.
It's a single hallway, and Jaeger has gone down it.
I thought you said it was a T intersection, like
Nope,
left and right.
nope. It curved
No.
left and doubled back on itself.
Back around.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
And it ran down the hallway, and Jaeger's the only one down there right now.
Incoming. Ready for you on the way.
Come on, we better go save him.
I don't know how far I got. If I can hear it.
Yep, if he's back there shooting firebolts for like 5 or 6 rounds, you probably got all the way down to the end of the hall, where there is a giant hole in the floor,
Cool.
about 120 feet down the hall.
That's it. Like it just ends and
It
it's a hole.
drops down about 35 feet, and you see, you have dark vision, so in Pantones of gray, you see what can only be described as a ritual circle in the
Shit.
ground below you, in some chasm or some opening, some chamber beneath you.
I mean, I will wait for allies, because I don't want to like jump down there and
Oh, now
Go
we're
missing.
for allies.
well,
You have allies? guy?
death trap. Yeah, I do. The scorpion. That's on my team. Gonna help me down the hole.
As you're standing there waiting, you hear incoming.
I don't like the sounds of that, so I'll pull out a bomb. Actually, 2 bombs. Tie their wicks together.
Okay. Like where this is going?
And wait for incoming. Ready to ignite and toss them at it.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, I like those. I don't like those at all. 7.
You are staring down this hall, waiting for something to come towards you, not watching the walls on the ceiling as something
Absolutely.
skitters past you, flat against the wall, drops down right behind you, and hits you with its stinger. Ooh, 28 to hit.
Oh, I can't. Hold on. Do. I need to. I don't think I can do this. I have to calculate a d8. No, there's no way I could do this. It's a
Okay.
reaction.
And you take 20 points of piercing damage.
What the?
Jesus Christ.
And I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
That's going in game. 13.
You feel your feet stiffen as you begin to petrify, and your feet turn to the color of stone that match the walls and the floor around you. The scorpion hears everybody else coming and skitters back up onto the wall. You have the opportunity to make an attack if you would like to, as it moves out of your sphere of your threatening influence range.
Fuck that, I have 2 bombs. Chucking him at it.
Okay. You
They're
throw-
gonna be loud. Hopefully they hit. A 23.
Absolutely hit.
So you want me to roll 2 separate?
Yes, if it's... Well,
Okay.
no, you can only attack with one, as it's a reaction. Because it's an opportunity attack. I'm letting you
If I
throw one.
had them bundled ready to go?
Oh, no, they're bundled together. That's fine. Yeah. 1 hit. 2 bombs. You
Okay.
were prepared for this.
I'll do this twice for damage.
I will just also add that I didn't hear you state that you removed anything from the wicks, did you?
I did not. It's AoE.
So, the rest of you here for the first time, a full punch of one of these explosions. 2 of them back to
It's
back.
extra loud. It
Just-
rumbles.
Off the sides of the wall. 20 damage to the stone. You knock a portion of the wall out. Roll a d20 for me. Evens, something interesting happens.
Nope.
You blow out one side that had a depiction of like sand dunes in a walking city moving past it, and the rock crumbles as a scorpion just makes its way back down the hall.
And I'm being petrified.
The rest of you get down there about this time, and you can clearly see Jaeger up to his knees, is turned to stone.
Can I make some sort of arcana check or something like that to see if there's a way we could fix that?
Sure, you can definitely try.
Alright. Oh, that's a 1.
Balance. Jaeger, you have a moment to do something as this is happening before I ask for another save, and everybody else, you kind of arrive as the panic is setting in.
Huh.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that?
Damn scorpion.
Quarterstaff and just kind of taps against his legs.
Oh boy. Oh goodness.
What would you like to do,
What
Jaeger?
happened to you?
You have
I-
just a few seconds.
I don't have anything that can help me. I mean, I can teleport, and that's about all I can do. It's not gonna help me here. Just this is mind only. Deep dive into my back story to see if I can find anything that'll help in this split second. So I'm going to say medicine.
Sure.
See if I have anything here. Let's see. Fucking nope. Sure
No.
don't.
You dig deep trying to find something to give you a little bit of an edge to resist this. You find nothing. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Tarak looks at Thorn as that's happening. He's like, I don't necessarily like him, but that is a hell of a way to go. You got anything that can save him?
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't even know what this is. What happened? Why are you?
The scorpion.
He says the scorpion. As Jaeger, would you say heading down that hall, you stuck to one of the walls or you running dead down the middle?
I wouldn't say I was at the side. I just ran down and was turned around, probably in the middle.
The rest of you watch as the petrification starts to set in, and Jaeger folds flat into the stone, his form now etched as a hieroglyph in the stone below you.
Oh, all right.
Not okay. Okay.
Tarak tries to get up close to Jaeger. Are there any signs that he's just kind of frozen, or does he look like
He's like in the
dead?
floor.
He looks frozen as a carving in the floor. He is indistinguishable from the rest of the hieroglyphic mural that is down this hallway. And now that you guys are down near the end of the hallway here, you see 20, 30, 40 more humanoid forms on the sides of the walls. There are far fewer creatures down here and almost entirely humanoids of various species.
Okay. Does being from the desert, have I ever like heard of anything like this happening in temples or something before? Like any tall tales from adventurers gathering artifacts?
You tell me what check you want to leverage on Maximiel and why, instead of me deciding one for you. Like, what does Maximiel dig into? Historical studies, arcane studies?
I would say like some sort of history, like, you know, from hearing a story to having read about a story. Like,
Go ahead and give me a history check.
okay. Okay. That is
You need to beat a 16.
17.
Oh.
No way. It's a 17.
You have heard of ancient tombs of royalty being guarded by stone and magical infused machinations, hieroglyph scorpions whose very poison would petrify those into the murals around them. Now, you've heard of these tales, and you've heard of some people claiming they came back from it, but you don't know how.
Okay. So it's possibly reversible. Just
All right.
okay.
This is a shot in the dark. I look over at Bartran. I don't suppose Spackle can grab him out of the ground.
Well, I was going to ask, based on the fact that Botran spent 30 years in Brundoinum's library, and there might have been something in those books concerning a medicine that might reverse petrification of some sort.
Yeah. You actually
so-
come from a pretty studious background. You can make an Arcana or a Medicine check to see if you can aid Maximiel's history.
Intelligence or wisdom, they're both +5. I'm going to do with Arcana.
Giving you a little bit of a passive bonus because of all the 30 years of study you had there.
Roll that with advantage or just normal?
Just normal. Oh,
So
Yeah.
that's an 18.
yeah, you had an
18?
additional +2 from me, which hits you to 20.
So
Which,
dirty 20.
so you find very quickly and recall specifically reading entries about the desert, talks about these types of poisons that could petrify people into murals, into hieroglyphs, and trap them forever. And a 14 would have got you greater restoration, or a similar spell is something that you can use to get people out of this. A 20 gets you that within a day, destruction of the stone around it can free the body that's trapped within.
Oh.
Okay. So basically, we need to chip him free. Is that right?
Is it destruction of him?
That
stone?
mural of him, his picture, you destroy his picture and he'll pop out.
Well, I've got a crowbar.
I have a fireball.
I have a sword.
I have a blowgun.
Little one tiny chip of stone at a time.
89 piercing damage.
What are you doing now that you all have that information? Is everybody just going to start going to town on this?
Well, we have to get him out. I mean,
Yeah. He seemed like he had a lot of health before he went in, and we need that.
Fuck it. Reach into the bag, pull out the doorknob, stick it on the wall, pray to God that a door shows up.
Yeah, you put the doorknob on the wall
It's been like 2 weeks.
and you click and the door opens.
Yes. Let's go take a nap. We'll come back for him in the
We
morning.
need to get him out first.
we have a day,
have one
right? We have
day.
24. We have
We
24
have to
days.
wait for a day before we can do that.
No,
right?
no.
You know, we had
You have
one day to do that.
within.
Just kidding. Never mind. Redact all that. I thought you meant we had to wait a day.
Just like, fuck him, I'm leaving.
Fuck this guy. No.
I mean, he
I thought
did
you
run
meant-
down the hall and leave us.
True.
Oh my god.
No, I thought you meant like
That's what he gets for running away.
the coward.
Well,
No, I thought you meant
Josh,
like
Did you actually
after.
put the doorknob in him, so you used him as the
Yeah,
doorknob?
I thought that's what you're trying to do. That was pretty good.
oh my god.
That's gonna destroy
Okay.
it.
All right, so no, in that case, then never mind. I wouldn't have pulled out the doorknob, but that's still on
I
the
saw
table.
Josh's heart just sink. He's like, my character.
My bullet dice.
I just like the idea of a Jaeger door, you know, just like.
Oh god, it's Sam in the chat. Can we get that? Can we get a drawing of a Jaeger door? Okay. Okay. So yeah,
Max
then.
is chipping at this
Uh,
point.
Yeah, Tarog's gonna take out his 2 daggers and just gonna start smashing into it, trying to take as many chunks of the stone out as he can.
I'll just pass my crowbar over to Doran. Be like, hey, more your forte. This is mostly just for prying open doors that are disobedient.
You don't happen to know, like, shatter or anything, do you?
I don't. It was kind of on my bucket list of things to learn, and then time constraints
Only
and
you
money.
get
And,
a guy that had bombs.
Well, I was going to ask. I mean, if we attack a certain part on him, like, will his belt become freed, and then we could take the bombs out of his?
oh yeah. Or is it like all at once?
You guys start chipping away at it. And as you're breaking portions of him off, nothing's coming out.
So it has to be the whole thing.
Has to be the whole thing.
You start to doubt a little bit if Botrin's really all there and really does remember as you're tink, 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 slowly chipping him away.
What if I just fireballed? Do you think that hurt, or do you think that helped?
Fire doesn't work on stone, I don't think. It's not really helpful.
Explosion!
Blasted the shit out of the walls with fire over and over again, and it seemed to shrug it off.
What are the abilities of Doran's sword? Doesn't he have?
Nothing that can
life
help in
seal
this
on it.
case. I could try.
As you guys are
Maximil,
chunking,
how are you doing for magic?
chunking.
I would definitely not say no to a rest, but I've got some spells left. I mean, I'm feeling pretty weary today.
I think. Hang on, I think I can do this. And I'm going to reach out and put a hand on Max's shoulder. And I am going to use bolstering magic. And I roll a d3. And whatever I roll is the level of spell slot that you get one back.
Ooh!
So I have a d6. I have a d6. I have to split it in half.
D6 divided by 2, yep.
Yeah, and then let's see. Okay, so that's a 3.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
So
So then in half is
It's a 2.
is it
A 1
rounded
to,
down? So it's 2.
a 1
Okay,
to
so
2 is a
you-
1, 3 and 4 is a 2.
So you get your choice of either a second level spell or a first level spell back.
Second, very much.
Okay, there you go. Now I can do this a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus, but the recipient can only receive it once per long rest.
oh, interesting. That's cool.
So just kind of reach out and see if I can feel the magic like siphoning away, and just I hope that worked. I don't know.
That feels like it did. That was really interesting. Thank you.
Do you feel all right?
I'm okay. I'm a little lightheaded, but otherwise fine.
Turok, while they're all buddying and
Fascinating.
playing Magic Exchange, you're sitting there slaving away, tinking at this, watching them. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Pretty God, if that fucking scorpion comes back, you blowing up this whole
Max
temple.
will be floating unless it's 10 minutes is over. Like, she's
Jeez.
writing
that's-
that.
That's an 8.
Is that with advantage because of the goggle thing you have, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do have goggles.
The eyes of the eagle.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I use ice? I don't know what.
This is an audio based,
Am I perceiving?
Audio based.
All
as
right.
you are.
Skittering.
All right.
So
Tunk, tunk.
Botrin can't use his hex of
Wait.
ruin to
Wait, hang on.
Tunk,
soften the
Tunk.
wall, can he? No.
thwap.
Ooh.
As you're not quite paying attention, watching everybody else chipping pieces out, and you, pow! Jaeger, you swoop, pop back up and rematerialize on top of the stone, and Turok hits you in the face with a stick for 1 damage.
I was using my my daggers. Sorry.
He kind of sticks you a little bit, and as soon as you feel the soft flesh, you're like, ooh, and you got like a little paper cut, like one damage cut on your arm there.
I was like,
Baby's fussy.
Tarag is relieved, but he's kind of says, I'm sorry, with as much sarcasm as he can muster. Like,
You might still be a rock. Hang on, let me check a few more times.
yeah.
Laying on the ground, rematerialized, you actually see a very thankful seasoned man as he responds, I don't like having debt, but I guess this means I owe you one.
We're about to owe us another. Anybody else for a rest, I think?
Yes, yes, please. Yes, please.
I think that would be a wonderful idea.
Where's that fucking scorpion?
And
don't know.
Tarag just puts out his arm or his hand to help Jaeger get up.
Take it. Lock. Get up.
Yeah.
Is the scorpion around?
No, not in the immediate area. You take a good look around the hall, and it's not down here.
And as he's helping him up, he's like, next time, stick around. Do not run. And just kind of steps away from him.
There's a hole down the hall. But I wasn't trying to run.
He turns around, he looks at Sony. I like your idea of resting. I feel like shit.
Yes, please. Let's get that knob and let's go rest somewhere. That'd be so nice, please, pretty please.
Yes, all we need to hope is that nothing that has hands, I suppose, follows us in. But, oh gods, what was his name? Charming fellow. Morfellow?
Marfello, yeah.
Morfellow. I would imagine he would be able to devour anything that happens to find its way in an untoward fashion.
Doesn't it work that only you are able to access the knob from this side?
We haven't really gotten confirmation of that.
Hmm.
Right, Ben?
You have not. Bye, BB. She goes, whack.
Well, then I guess, we have to rely on Marfello, and hopefully he will help us.
I guess.
I still think it's worth the risk of possibly
Very much
putting
so.
ourselves up to danger.
Are we not going down the hole?
Not yet. We're resting.
Not just yet.
Yeah.
There's a scorpion here.
I'm aware. Follow me.
We're gonna rest.
Okay. You place the knob of Hearth and Home on the wall, and it opens up into Morfello's traveling goods.
Lean in a little bit. Oh, Morfello, we're back.
Make a Constitution save for me, Soren.
All right. Ooh, 20.
It throws you for a loop for just a moment as you're like, because the tavern is walking through the woods, and you feel the strange discombobulation as your head kind of comes through to lean in, and the tavern's moving around you, but you're on state. It throws you for a bit of a loop, but you're like, oh, okay.
All right, it's moving, so step carefully, but come on in.
What in the world is this?
Inside of a mimic.
No bombs. I cannot stress that enough. Do not shoot anything. Do not blow up anything, or he will spit you out or digest
don't
you.
cut-
I can't speak.
Don't cut anything off either, for that matter.
Don't. No weapons
Alright.
in general, I would say.
Just
Don't.
be civilized.
Be
If you
civilized.
can manage that.
As long as something doesn't sneak up on me and grab me through a door, I might be okay.
Something will definitely sneak up on you, given how he moves around. But grab you, most likely, no. He hasn't grabbed any of us yet.
Well, but even if he does, we strained.
Of course.
He does not mean us any harm.
As you
Anymore.
pop in and kind of get your bearing in there, you see that the place is kind of deserted right now. Then you hear the familiar as Morfello appears from behind the counter. Oh, I didn't expect to see you guys so soon again. Hi.
Didn't expect to be here so soon. Hello, welcome.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Point of order. Don't be mad at me, but we had to leave Busan for a while. Things were getting a little heated there, and we wanted to just get out and explore more of the world. So we are on our way now, north through Katala. We may be spending some time with some folks up. We're past the jungles a little ways. We're getting to the north side, up a little bit near the Keys. But just don't be mad.
I wasn't going to be. That's
What
weird, though.
sort of
What's going on there?
Dad, what are you
Yeah.
doing here? As Soren's daughter leans in from upstairs.
Just this look of, what the fuck? Why are you here? I mean, I'm happy to see you, but what the fuck? What?
What's your language? I'm the kid.
Studying abroad?
She's seen worse. Studying abroad, is that your excuse? Get over here, you little shit.
She runs and gives Soren a hug. things got weird, and
So I heard. Where's Mum?
Uh,
She here too?
no, she's back home. But
No.
no, it wasn't that weird. It was that you remember the whole don't tell anybody and it shouldn't be talked about, but it makes for such a great thesis to walk and live amongst a colony of mimics, and then I can tell about how they're not all dangerous and that they can live in harmony with us, and I just needed to study them. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair.
Jaeger, do you come in behind all of this and close the door behind you?
Well, like, I'm amazed by not only like the science behind everything, but also like what this actually is we just murdered a couple of mimics. Like brutally. So cautious, but yes, I'll follow in and like look back through the door as it's like moving and that's not moving, and I'll just gently close it.
As Jaeger walks in, there's a low from the inside of the tavern, and Morfellow kind of looks back and goes, "Oh, you must be new, and you stink." Sorry. The tavern doesn't really like the. You guys been in contact with any mimics recently?
Yeah,
Yes.
he has some big bits on.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's more civilized mimics like us, and then there's icky, feral, stinky ones that I can smell from here.
My bad.
Yeah, just can he just hang it outside? Okay. Morfellow stand in front of me. He's like, "Well, we'll help you out with that." And you hear as another copy of Morfellow appears behind you, and she goes, "Just let me take that bag from you, and I'll just." He opens the door
You
behind
don't get
him.
the bag.
No. Look. We'll just hang it on the hook.
Nope.
Right.
I'll give you. No, open the window for me, please.
Oh, sure. Goes and opens the window.
I will graciously take my bag back because that doesn't leave, and I will reach into it and grab just the mimic tentacle and just toss it out the window.
You all watch as an unrecognizable kind of, but very familiar Catalan jungle passes by the windows outside. But you are clearly out of the denser jungle into the more sparse jungles, heading up to the archipelagos of the Catalan Keys, but still out in the wild.
I'll just look out the window and we're not in the desert.
No, we are traveling towards the Keys right now.
So
Oh.
Ben,
I'll slowly look back to Soren, who had the door handle.
not bad. huh?
How did you? I just escaped death. Maybe I'm hallucinating weird dream, but
I assure you, it's not me. It was a gift from, well, the house.
Should you want to trade, we have a stock of healing potions we picked up in Busat available. A little shopping while you're here.
That would not be a bad idea considering what we're about to go up against.
What are you going up against?
Awful things we don't know.
There's this weird scorpion that if it stings you, you turn into stone.
Ooh, hieroglyph scorpions. Nasty stuff.
I'm gonna run over the window real quick. I still have that circlet of blasting. I never took it off.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and shoot it? We're back in the desert. Yes. Just. I knew I kept this for a reason. Okay, good to know. I'll just jot down a note. Works if you go back to the jungle.
Is that Catalan magic?
It is, yes.
Can I, please?
Sure.
Thanks. He hands it up to the tavern, and you see this
Uh-oh.
tongue reach down and pick it up. You hear what sounds like swishing, and it spits it tink, 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 tink back on the ground. That Catalan magic is really fickle stuff. They weren't good at applying it to items, back in the day. You know, that's why it fades when you get too far from the source. That should be better for you now.
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh,
Take it and just kind of flick the snot off of it and just
It's very goopy with like slaughter.
ugh.
I wear it with pride. Just thank you.
Yeah, should hold its uses now outside the jungle. It was really weird stuff, but it did keep people from wanting to steal from them because, you know, they had to stick around to use the stuff, and yeah, it was just a whole thing.
And here we were pitched that it was just, you know, it was a blessing from the goddess and she didn't like it being left beyond her borders. Now we find out it's just...
They called it a blessing because, you know, those ancient gods and the aspects taught mortals magic, so that's why it was a blessing. Lost to time in translation, I'm sure, but I mean, I'm glad you have it, and now you can use it.
Oh, it'll come in handy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, and she's Sarai is just kind of looking at you at the side like, I had to go, see? Look at what they can do.
No, I understand. It's fair. I mean, it's... do I like it? No. Do I understand? Of course, obviously, yes.
That's why I said, please, don't be mad. We'll take good care of her. She'll be fine. And if there's ever any danger, Tavern has assured me that you can likely get them home or get her home very safely. I'm assuming that the knob works in another way, that he can just spit her out the door somewhere else and she'll be sent home. I have no idea, but he assured me that there'd be safety. So. You hear very low.
It's like puzzling for a minute. Just.
Is there like a bar or anything where
There
we're
is.
at? Is it like a common room?
So, just a reminder of the layout. There's the front door with a couple of windows. There is an archway, so to speak, just a separator that kind of leads to the general shop, which is really a general store bar for you to walk up and place an order with Morphello, and he'll go to the back and get you what you need. And there's a few items on display in there, but the majority of the other side beneath the rooms that you stay in is what would equate to like a little pastry and coffee shop. There's like a little bar, 3 little tables with, you know, 3 or 4 chairs each, and then just a bar with, you know, 2 or 3 seats. Very small, very quaint. And yeah, so there is a place to get drinks.
I will just kind of in awe of everything, like look around at the ceiling, but make my way to the bar, and I will put up some gold and just say a round of drinks, please.
Assuming, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Jaeger looks to the Morphello that's standing out with the group and asks for drinks.
Oh yeah, I don't look past the bar. I'm like,
And then
he's the only shopkeeper I see.
behind you, another copy appears. Absolutely, we can do that for you. I smell. Is that tobacco?
It is.
We have some Catalan leaf that came in just before we left Busat, and also, if you would like something more interesting and exotic, we have some from the arid expanse. Tarak may be interested, but some pipe leaf from the orcs.
As long as it's not medicinal and calms the nerves.
No,
That's all I'm looking for.
Absolutely, we can set you up with that. Grabs choice. We have whiskeys and vodkas and ales and wines and
Strongest whiskey, please.
absolutely strongest. Yes. Okay. And goes and pulls out a squarish looking bottle that you've recognized. You've probably had before, but it's a whiskey from the Kingdom of Kiath in the south. Very hardy folk that resettled from the northern steppes of Galea down to Kiath a few thousand years ago and kind of control that area. But they have a great peat farming area just to kind of make scotch, like really smoky, good whiskey. And they make that from the south, and pulls out a bottle of that and just one for everybody, or do you need 6 yourself?
Yeah.
You gave me enough money for.
How much money did I give you?
You put down like 2 gold.
I'll put down 5 to keep tab open.
Oh.
Whatever. And I'll say for everyone, but if you could help me deliver these, I'll take 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I'll walk back.
he grabs a tray, and the rest of you watch the probably the most disturbing thing you've seen. The bar morphs into
Gross.
it's a little hard to describe. I can see it in my mind. The purplish red of the, it's not like proboscis, but this like, you know, this blob of mimic flesh as it lifts up the tray from the bar, discoloring the wood and all the blending around it. And it just seems to drag and blur the blending of the wood colors, the tavern floor, the chairs around it, and things are just kind of sliding in and out as this pillar of mimic flesh moves across the floor with this tray held on it. And more fellow
already
behind the
turned
bar
around.
disappears. It
Didn't
walks
even see that.
alongside Jaeger. It just like moves next to you as you walk forward and keeps pace with you. And it has a tray with glasses and a bottle of this whiskey.
I'll take the glass that I had and I'll walk to Tarak and I'll offer him one and just say, Tarak, it is actually customary if where I come from, you help one another to offer them a drink. And seeing as I now owe you all a great debt, which I am thankful for, can I offer you a drink?
Tarak is kind of looks at Jaeger. I don't trust words or customs. I trust actions.
Then I'll
What you did.
hand him the glass and start pouring.
Very well. It's not that I hate you. I'm just not necessarily excited about your existence. But perhaps that will change someday. And he lifts the glass and waits for Jaeger to fill his own and then just clinks. And down.
Clink.
Soren, as drinks are getting passed out, and you see Sarai, and in what she normally wears, you know, a long kind of like ankle-length dress, half jump over the bar and like her feet kick up as she reaches out and grabs a bottle of wine and runs back. She's like, the whiskey's too strong, but cheers, Dad.
Cheers with the coffee that I have. Yes, I agree.
So, sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Prague. Yeah. Prague looks to Morfella. So you had mentioned something about health potions.
Yeah, we did have a shipment come in. You know, some traders looking to offload them. They're of good make. So we've got I think I've got 8 available.
Very
That's
well.
a lot.
I think we should.
Yeah, it was a good haul.
We should probably take all of them. How much for each of them? Since Soren's not trying to harm me in anger, we'll give you the family discount. We'll give them to you for
did you
cost.
say there's
25 gold.
Bad
apiece.
things come. Oh, wow.
25 gold apiece. That is a good price.
I think you misunderstand me. If you're saying that bad things are happening in Bussard and you have my daughter here protecting her, I wouldn't be mad. I'm actually mad that you didn't bring my wife too, but we'll get to that later.
All right.
Sarai kind of finishes her drink. It's like, no, Dad, it's just getting weird. You know, there's just a lot going on, and I want to just get away and study. You know,
Right. Got it. Okay.
The protests were getting really bad. There's the blind prophet now that's leading all these people, these touched that are saying, have you guys heard of them? I think we talked about them last. Side note, did we talk about them last time you guys were here?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Like I was marching with them, and they were saying this new guy that's leading them, the blind prophet, is somebody who's very familiar with the goings on of dragons apparently, and there's some big thing coming with them, but also that's not as important as what's to come, and he's just trying to fight for touched rights, I guess. It was just a lot, and I was really excited to focus on this, so I talked to Morfello and he said absolutely, so we left. Side note,
Jaeger.
are we buying all the potions of healing, because Morfello's other parts are going to grab them, as you guys are?
Max would like to offer some stuff in trade.
Sure.
She has a lot of dried leaves and whatnot. For example, the Cosmos Gland, which is very rare and it can get a high price, and it can help create a potion of clairvoyance. She figures he may like that.
Morfello will offer you 2 of the potions of healing for free in exchange for that.
I've got a vial of black goo.
We're looking at that.
Is that...
Oh wait, no. I have the weird potion, right? Who has the weird potion?
Weird potion, I don't know.
The weird potion we got from the...
yes, the weird potion. Oh, man, I had to go back in some freaking notes for that one. Holy crap.
I have a vial of black goo from the Wouty ruins.
You do, yeah.
Oh, yeah, still.
I'm still waiting for a moment where I just need to stick someone in place.
Like a really fast moving scorpion.
Morfello,
Yeah, like that.
are you showing
Would've
him?
worked.
Are you showing him that vial of goo? By the way, as you guys are offering things up in trade, yeah. Can I see that, please?
Just
Be
don't
careful.
spill it. It's adhesive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Just pops out the cork and holds it up, and another kind of tavern probe comes down and just. That's what I thought. This is really, you know what sovereign glue is?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do I know what sovereign glue is?
Yeah, sovereign glue is a magical adhesive. It's that mixed with goblin blood. Really, it just makes this gross, really sticky substance. It's a when they find it, they mix it with their blood because they think it makes it stronger, and it's just a really nasty tar trap.
Why did they have a pool of it? That's disgusting. Anyway,
Did you happen to find a group of goblins that had it?
quite a lot. Yes, necromancer. One of the touched, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, that sounds like a really good way to make a whole bunch of sovereign glues with a necromantic goblin. Okay. What else do we have? Always willing to trade.
Jaeger just pours a bigger, much larger pour of a shot and just is disgusting the types. And then nothing that a little bit of universal solvent can't fix.
Take your word for it.
Out of place. Sorry. I'll just go to the bar.
Someone's patting his stuff down. Feels.
Got worm tongue petals, quicksilver lichen, rackwork bulbs. Any of those interesting to you?
I'll take a lot of it and knock another 10 gold off for you.
Does that sound good? Everyone, I don't want to make deals for...
No, if you're making deals, that's fine. I have this. I
Okay.
think it's a deck of cards.
Oh. I would happily take a look at that for you. Didn't I put that in here? Yeah, I did.
Oh, I also have this creepy little hand wand. It's also from.
Oh, no. Gross, no.
Was that from
goblins?
the? No, that was from the goblins. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, don't want that. Thank you.
I'll
Someone's
keep
gonna
that.
find it.
Still works anyway.
Tarag digs through his backpack. He's kind of eyeing everybody as they're pulling out these awesome items. He kind of pulls out this siege baton and the siege gear. He's like,
Oh, that's right.
"Pull this dog off."
I didn't know you kept that.
Sarai looks over and is like, "You play Siege Ball? That's cool."
You have no idea.
Oh yeah.
Wait, all of you played Siege Ball?
Pretty sure we
know.
hold a record of some kind.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most broken bones in the first round, I think.
Something like that. Almost drowning somebody in mud.
wow. Okay, vicious. I like
You
it.
have not played Siege Ball unless you have played Orc Clan Siege Ball. One day, perhaps.
No,
Many people
I'll
die.
pass. I like to watch, but no, not for me to play.
Only the unskilled players.
Oh man, I'm flipping back through my notes. I can't remember how many cards that deck had. Do you recall?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. Is because I want to say, I think you said it had 13 cards, but I'm not sure.
That sounds accurate. I thought I put it on your inventory.
It's in my inventory, but it doesn't say how many it had. It says 36 out of 36.
Oh, geez.
So I don't think that's right at all.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, 36 charges. It says.
11
No,
cards.
no, yeah, that
Just
sounds about
under
right. Yeah,
11
that's good.
cards.
Oh, it's 11 cards. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, get out of here. There, I'm giving it 11 charges. Get out of here.
Okay.
36.
Come
That sounds
on,
right.
Wish.
That sounds right. Interesting. Partial deck of illusions. Yeah, I would trade you. It's not a complete deck, so I'd trade you one healing potion for it.
Okay.
Although, frankly,
okay
if
with
you
that.
if you like if you like wild, crazy rides, you just try to pull one of those out and scare people with possibly some terrifying creature. It's always fun.
I mean, I wouldn't trade away our deck
I wouldn't
illusions.
either.
Okay, well then I'll tuck it back in.
I've got Primordial Balm.
What is that?
You've got what?
But it's good for trade. It's some thick substance and it changes color. I found it.
Where?
You are finding the weirdest things.
Hey, I have a list of stuff that I found on our journey.
Where did you
And-
find primordial balm?
In Katala.
Oh,
You were I just got a whole bunch of I found a whole bunch of stuff and it should still be good. It still smells right.
yeah. I mean, that's not that exciting for me. I'm sorry.
No,
That
I mean
that
it's
was-
fine.
That one's not as exciting as the plants. Usually, I can find all
Bring it for
sorts
a
of
10-foot
different plants.
pole.
Well,
I'm kidding.
walk over there. And he
we still need
directs
it.
you to the other side of the shop. And goes, "You hold the pole, and I will give you a 10-foot high five." And you feel a little high five smack on the back of the head. Anything else for trade? Otherwise, I think I have 3 for free for you and 1 at 10 gold off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be 115 gold, and I'll give you the lot of 8 of them.
115 divided by
115 gold. And pitch in 5 platinum.
We're doing more math today.
Yeah.
me
Five
a
five platinum is like almost half of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's about 20 each. 120 would be
uh,
6, right?
yes.
Maximilian, I'm dropping 8 of them onto your character sheet,
Cool.
and you can right-click them and give items to other players and pass them out one at a time if you'd like to.
So we should all subtract 20 or 19
Sure.
gold.
We are taking a long rest here, I guess.
35 platinum.
If someone does 20 and the rest of us do 19, then we should
Yeah,
be fine.
I'll do 20.
Are you counting me into this?
Yes, I am.
Is that
I don't
with,
need him.
Is that with the 5 platinum?
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
need,
no.
no. That's without the 5 platinum. 5 platinum would be like 50 gold, right? So that'd be almost half.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
Just do
65
20
gold
just
left.
do 19 gold. You don't need to
And-
do
I'm
Jaeger
fine with
is
putting up the 5
helping.
platinum.
I am helping.
Yes, he is.
You're putting my wallet up there.
I think that it's only fair since, You may need
Put you right back
our
on the floor,
help.
pal.
You may need our help
1, 2.
to heal yourself like you did earlier today when you kind of got stuck in that wall. If that happens again, and we're out of health potions.
You realize I can make those, right?
Great.
Well, then we have even more. Lovely.
Exactly. Come on, please.
You say 20 gold?
19 each.
Fine.
Thank you.
And Nate, make sure that you take your. You're
5
not
platinum
pitching
back,
the
right?
5 plat. Yeah. Take the 5
All right,
platinum
fine.
back and then just put in 20 gold or 19.
19, yes.
19. I gotta have to can I convert platinum to gold?
Morphello will take
It's
care of
only
that for you.
10, right?
Okay.
1 platinum is 10 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
so
toss
that's
in 1
great.
platinum because that's going to cover mine.
Okay.
1 platinum? No, you need 2 platinum.
Yeah.
2 platinum, 2 platinum, and you get a gold back.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, I'll
well, rooms for the lot of you. Sorry, they won't be as nice anymore. I have a permanent residence who's got all sorts of study space upstairs, and she takes up a little bit more room. So, sorry they're not as spacious as before.
It's quite all right. It's a place to stay, and it's probably a place where we will not get attacked by wall scorpions. So,
That's good. That's good. Well,
right.
As Tarak walks by Soren's daughter, he gives it the siege gear. He says, if you soak it long enough, the bloodstains may come out.
she was like awkwardly holding it for a moment. Thanks, Drock. She like just sets it on the table and holds up her hands like this, and the tavern just kind of goes and like wipes the blood off her hands, and she just pours another glass of wine. Is like, oh my god.
As I'm walking up the stairs with him, I'll just kind of shout back, and if you want, I'll show you where to break a man's knees with it.
Oh, your dad excelled at that.
That might be more intriguing. So you all get up to your rooms. Food's brought up for you.
Bar.
Jaeger sits down at the bar. After a while, Morphello. Is anybody else staying downstairs, or y'all heading up to get a long rest?
I'm gonna stay downstairs just for a hot minute after everyone leaves and make sure that kind of no one else is in earshot. And I'm going to go to the kind of general store area and just Morphello, I happen to wonder, do you have like painting supplies?
I do. I have some oils and some pastels available. There are some more. I usually keep a selection of brushes, but somebody in Busat needed some, so I don't have many left. I have just a couple. And I have a couple canvases available as well.
I would happily take everything you could give me.
Well, do you have 2 gold for me? It's quite a lot.
For you, I have 3 gold.
Too kind. And you hear in the distance, he's like, it's upstairs waiting for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I head upstairs.
Okay.
Jaeger still at the bar?
Yeah, Max has a drink, still kind of shaking from the attack earlier.
Tarak is going upstairs and hitting the sack. He's not feeling too hot.
Okay. Soren and Botrin heading upstairs as well to get some rest.
Yes.
Max and Jaeger left alone at the bar with Sarai for a little bit. And then kind of sighs and goes, well, it was nice to see both of you again, but if I don't actually study while I'm out here, I'm not doing right. So if you'll excuse me, she grabs the whole bottle and she's like, study until this is gone. And heads back upstairs.
That's my kind of academic.
Stay safe.
And the two of you are left alone at the bar with the ever-present ears of... Sorry, the perpetually present ears of Morphello and Morphello's traveling goods.
I'd like to ask a question to Morphello.
Yeah.
He's still there.
He's kind of wandering around, picking some stuff up, putting a few more goods in the general store. I mean, the multiple copies of him that there are. But if you call for him, yeah, Jaeger, right? What can I do for you?
Yeah, it's Jaeger. Nice to officially meet all of you. Whatever.
Most of us, yes.
Sure.
The chair next to you laughs.
A normal.
Great.
Something.
You seem to know a lot.
Some, yes. The tavern itself is far older than I am.
Well, then the tavern knows quite a bit too, I guess.
Tavern knows very many things, but the tavern doesn't really speak much anymore.
Can you understand it?
No,
does it just not speak?
It likes to spit books at my head.
Interesting. Could you, or I should ask more formally, can I have you try and see if you can identify something for me, or either of you able to identify something for me?
Sure, gladly. We can take a look at it.
I'll look over to Max and just begrudgingly reach into a pocket and pull out this pendant and slide it across the table.
What's the pendant look like?
It is a strange mithril pendant. I don't have a description of actual. I don't think we finalized it, Ben.
Oh, do you want to quickly DM me what it was? I may have
It's in my inventory.
I may have it. Yeah, let me just take a quick look because I may have had it in my brain and forgot to actually give it to you. That's what happens most of the time. Is it gets in my head and I forget to actually tell you.
Very bottom under loot, just a pendant.
That was one of the ones at the Oasis place, right? Is that correct? Can you clarify that for me? Okay. We can take a look. Damn it. I forget how I described this to you. Now I gotta go way back in some damn DMs.
Oh, I can find some of it. Hold on. Ooh, no, I can't. I think we did it over chat, like voice chat.
Oh no, no records.
No
Well,
words.
if I'm remembering correctly, this is from the group of people you encountered that you ended up beating up.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says in the actual item description.
Oh man, sorry. No, it's yeah, this is awkward behind the scenes stuff.
Sorry guys, give me just a hot second. Because I don't want to have to retcon a whole bunch of like knowledge that I dump on you guys, and suddenly it's like, I got none of that's correct, Ben. Shut up. Maximil, as you're sitting there enjoying this, the time stops momentarily. Okay. So this is from them. Sure.
Yes.
Perfect.
Commit to the bit.
Time unfreezes as you get a chance to look at the pendant. Make a perception check, because I'm sure Marfello is like trying to grab it slyly.
Yeah, that's a 4.
You can't really tell. It's a shiny metal pendant.
I have one of those too.
Doesn't look like that.
Holds it closely for a moment and goes, oh. Well, this is interesting. I think we have another one of these. Maximilian, you may have run into this when we were here, and he hands Jaeger's back to him, and then you hear a and a little tink 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 as a second one falls from the ceiling onto the bar. Yeah, there, Maximilian, you remember and recall the unfortunate circumstances in which you all met Tavern?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were many creatures that had fallen into the maw of Tavern and were used for that perverted purpose of that creature that was harming them. Yes. You look down at this picture on this emblem. It is this is identical, Jaeger. It's a mithril pendant with a runed-looking band around the outside of it and an outsplayed hand that is a blackened hand in the center of the pendant.
You have this? Yeah, that you had. Where'd you get this from?
It's not mine, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that is.
Well, Tavern got it from when one of them fell into the trap of that creature and died here.
No, of course, Tavern is perfectly innocent in all of this. I understand that. However,
You're happy.
yeah,
Tavern's a good boy.
We're so
Boy.
good, Tavern.
she pets the bar stool or whatever.
You know how cats do that
Weird.
bristly thing where you scratch them
Yeah.
and they like bristle up? The bar does that a little bit.
The chair
Yay.
next to you laughs.
Such a great line.
Getting more and more awkward as we go on.
So, where did you find this exactly, Jaeger?
It's a long story, but
Maybe the first question should be answered. That is a pendant of a particularly nasty group that I would recommend you stay away from. Group that goes by the name the Ebon Hand.
I figured.
They're not from here, thankfully. A few of their agents have made their way here by way of Kosoba, I believe. I think that's where Tavern alluded to where they were trapped. Yes, and unfortunately, the Ebon Hand is a strange group of individuals. We had come into possession of one of their doctrines for a time.
May I see that?
It's incomplete and damaged. You'll have to view it very carefully.
Of course.
And on the bar, this glass case kind of raises up, and a book is kind of placed inside of it. And there's a little finger-looking piece that's there to like turn the pages for you carefully. But it is very damaged. It looked like it was on fire at one point. The leather binding on the front of it is very heavily damaged, but it opens up the first page, and you can see the Ebon Hand symbol emblazoned on that first page.
And that's it?
Gross.
That's it on the first page.
Yeah. Flip, come on.
It flips over for you.
Scooch over towards Maximil a little bit.
Come here. Let's figure this out.
Let's look at some languages.
Not my strongest suit. I know one. I'm really good at it. Barely.
You only know common?
I'm just a human.
I'm just a guy.
This has roots, possibly. Imbradij?
Okay.
You have no idea.
It's British episode again.
This is very much not British.
This language keeps coming back up.
You've seen this before?
Yes.
Where?
Well,
I need, actually, really quick for me, just because I wanted to double check something before I did this. Maximil, this is going to be a very difficult check, so it's a high DC.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to make an insight check on this.
Insight. Okay.
or
Those are not my strong suit.
I'd also give you a history option as well.
I ask for history.
Go for it.
Okay.
You are looking at a strange runic language.
19.
You needed an 18. Yeah. It's the second time you've
Wow.
fucking done this to me tonight.
Thank you.
So you studied British, and you know
Mhm.
British is this ancient language that had roots in Draconic and Elvish. This language you're reading has some close symbols. The closest thing that you could potentially put this to is, let's see if I can draw this well. So this is British. And then this is the root language that British came from. This is what you're looking at.
Okay. Okay.
It's a cousin.
This is a distant cousin to British.
Interesting.
Like a people and an orangutan.
Yeah.
I'm not there. Ignore me.
I'm sorry, there's not much I can do. I know you're looking at this. There's very few people in the world that speak Ferlaji. It's not something that's readily known.
Have I heard that word before?
You have not.
Okay.
Can you spell it for us for the
I
note takers?
absolutely will. Ferlaji, Feralji, sorry. Feralji is Fehralji.
F-E-H.
I'm going to type it out too.
Like
Thank you.
Farallin?
Faralam. Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds interestingly familiar.
It's the language of a species known as the Feralin, and they come from this place that's connected to Kasoba, called Eterna. Strange, distant land. But
Yeah, Brock's dad is from there.
that's interesting. Turok's father may be able to translate this.
Does Rock know this language?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really know British, but he may know Faral.
Just as a side note, Turok, we never established that. This is the first time this language is being heard to you. So, I mean, I'm going to let you make a character call now. Did Dad actually teach you this language? Because he told you a lot of stuff. Did you actually remember any of it? Or did you consider it all crazy talk?
No, he did, and Thrak was kind of halfway paying attention while he was younger before he started doubting his dad and thinking that he made it all up. But
So I would give you half proficiency in speaking
yeah.
this.
Yeah, he can understand it. He's not really half proficient is probably reasonable for
It's like
reading.
it's like a second or third generation to a family who's moved to a new area to study in where there's a new language, and they speak the language of the country well, but sometimes they don't speak to grandma as well as they should. That kind of deal is how I
Like
would
how I only know the German swears.
exactly.
Yeah.
So with that, you kind of got the book, and well, I would suggest maybe an early morning, take a look at it and see what he thinks.
Definitely. Thank you so much for all of your help.
Absolutely. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help, and this is something that we keep secret and sacred. Not many people know we have this information, and it's very few pages. And then the tavern flips a few more pages. There's like 5 or 6 pages. This was clearly a much larger text. Just your knowledge of books, having been around them forever, the binding is just a thin strip and it's ragged, and it, had a much larger book attached to it. This is the front 8 to 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Ebon Hand.
Yes.
Do you know how to find them?
Kasoba would have been my best bet. But unless you have a steady means of transport between here and Kasoba and you want to deal with the creatures that are invading that place, then I mean, that's the only way I know to find them.
I have no idea how to get there.
She does.
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
But I would recommend rest and recovering your wounds and get something to eat. And then tomorrow we can strike out at this anew.
Thank you.
Is that couch occupied?
Well, there's a room for you upstairs if you'd like it.
I'd rather keep an eye on that door.
Perfectly safe, but I mean, we can arrange. And you see the tavern change the layout slightly. One of the tables disappears. One of the bookshelves gets moved towards the shop a little more, and a lounge sofa comes out. That's got, you know, an elevated on one side for somebody, like kind of like a daybed, a fainting couch, if you will. This should do well for you, I would assume. It's pointed right at the door.
Perfect.
All right. With that, everybody turns in for a night of long rest, and we will take a break. We're running a little hot tonight, so we'll take a quick break here. And yeah, time does fly. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back from our short rest, but also a long rest in game. Had some interesting stuff happen in the tavern. Saw Sam jump in the stream. Hi, Sam. For those that don't know, we're hanging out in Morphello's traveling goods. The group managed to find themselves in the clutches of some strange creature that was utilizing a tavern-sized mimic to bait people into it to suck the life force out of them. It was disgusting. And they broke free, and they also saved the tavern, who happened to be under control of this creature. And the mimic tavern spat out a doorknob called the Knob of Hearth and Home that allows them once every 3 days to put the knob on a solid surface and open a door, and it teleports them into the mimic tavern, and they can stay there. And once they got there for the first time, they found out that it was a whole colony of mimics that lives together, organized and run by one sentient mimic goopy cluster. I like to think of mimics as fungus, you know, like that brain network of fungus that we know lives in moss and stuff that's like really cool scientifically. I like to think of mimics like that. So Morphello is the primary speaking colony that lives within the mimic tavern. And yeah, he owns and runs Morphello's traveling goods, which is just so much weirdness, and we love it. And it now employs Sarai, apparently, Soren's daughter. So there's that.
She's employed? I didn't catch that part.
She's like helping out and studying.
Oh, okay.
It's an exchange of goods and services.
I was like, I thought she was just hanging out. Okay,
No.
cool. That's cute.
But we come back after our long rest in the tavern as you guys travel through the Catalan jungle somewhere on the other side of the world from where you're at. But you know, unfortunately, that you can't step out and leave, or at least you haven't tried that yet. Instead, Jaeger stays up all night, keeping an eye on the door, almost, and then falls asleep. Gets a long rest in there too. I think I envision Jaeger's long rest as like staring at the door until like he finally passes out for like 5 hours, and then he's like
Well, first, before falling asleep, he does actively take out a bunch of things from his backpack and puts it on like the coffee table that's by the day bed that's been set up, and like actively starts to like disassemble his current bomb, I don't know, belt. Haven't really figured out how there's that many bombs, but he actively starts to recreate and make sure everything is back in order, so he does replenish all of his bombs. And then he spends the next few minutes, I think like 10 minutes or so, going over the potions just to make sure they're still good. So they're good for 24 hours. And then realizes one of them actually does become inert and redoes a health potion. So he has 3 things he can do.
okay.
Instead of 4. But then, yeah, watching the door, prepared for anything that does happen. He is resilient until the very last second, and then eventually just falls.
Okay. I would say the first shift of the watch, then you get to about midnight and you pass out, and the rest of you come downstairs to sleeping Jaeger on the couch as you kind of make your way down for the morning. Breakfast is generally offered in the rooms, but Sarai has a couple books out downstairs with a cup of coffee and a scone as she's studying, waiting for you guys to get up.
Spackle places herself in a perch position right over Jaeger, just kind of watching him.
Tarak is kind of sitting in a chair, sipping his coffee, waiting to see what happens when Jaeger wakes up.
Jaeger, you eventually awake and your eyes flutter, and there's something directly above you.
Do any of my things kick in? Because I can, within 30 feet of me, I can instantly awake.
You know who Spackle is at this point. She's come through a wall at you and scared you once. So it kind of triggers a little bit, but it's difficult. It's not like somebody physically walking up because she's incorporeal and she can float through walls and shit. So you start to awaken as you're like in that half awake state, then it kicks in because she's kind of half not there.
I open just one eye briefly and pull out the gun that is just resting here. And I point it at her. That's not funny.
Oh look, he didn't shoot this
Spackle
time.
puts her finger in the barrel of the gun. Pull my finger. You're funny.
Looney Tunesing this.
Well, then Spackle's the only one that sees this has a crystal glows on the very top barrel. Not wise, little one.
You're no fun. And then she spirals back and comes hangs around Broughton's.
Well,
Anything you would
put
like
a hole in her head this time. I suppose that's progress.
Anything you guys would like to do in the tavern before you're required to leave?
Yeah. I will wake up and I guess respond to Rock a little bit. Yes. I told you again. It didn't come through the door and surprise the living shit out of me, as a non-friendly thing would do. But we found something out, and apparently you can speak Ferallan. Do I have that right, Max?
What?
Maximil, sorry.
Oh.
Virology.
Virology?
No,
Sorry.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
Tarak says. Tarak kind of just looks at Jaeger. You mean virology?
Yeah, that. I'm sorry if that was offensive. I just learned of it and
That
Waking
is
up.
among the less offensive things you have done since we have met.
then you're welcome. But yes,
So the
Max-
virology thing. What is it?
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, Morph, would you mind getting the book back out,
Absolutely.
please?
I can do
Thank
that
you.
for you. On a pedestal that appears out of the ground, just this glass case with a book, and then there's a little kind of finger-looking thing that'll flip the pages for you.
Book.
Tarak steps closer to it. Well, his eyes kind of go wide. Well, where did you find it? Where?
we didn't.
That was Morph.
Oh, okay. Tarak looks at Morfoot. And how did you come by this?
It was the fella that had the necklace on had this on them in Kosova
Necklace.
and died in the tavern. And tavern, you remember when you were all like with a and like
Yeah.
this
You
guy
tried to
happened
forget.
before and died in tavern.
You
Try not to
mentioned
remember
a
that.
necklace?
Oh, he
Yeah,
also had an
ask-
emblem.
Jaeger about that one.
Necklace and
It's not mine, I swear.
Well, then how'd you get it?
Well, we
It's
didn't get
yours
to that.
now.
Yes, that's all things. Just like this book was found on a dead person.
Well, did you make that person dead, or was it dead when you found it?
It was dead, or he was dead when I found him. Wait. Yes.
The hesitation.
I had to really think about that for a second. Did I kill that man?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Tarak just kind of tunes it out and starts to study the book. This it has been many years since I've seen this. My father he didn't really teach me to read his language, but I can make out some individual words here and there. What does Tarak
So
see or read?
over 8 pages of very broken translation trying to get through this, you essentially read the creation story as the Ebon Hand sees it. The translation comes through that in the beginning there was the great nothingness, and that Eterna was born into existence. And then the great reclaimer came. Something about a destruction. And then it mentions others by name, but it's in a way that you don't recognize. They call the cursed one Sahai, who anchored us here. And there's a lot about the great curse that Sahai placed on them. And the last couple pages you read starts talking about the great feeding the great hunger and feeding the maw so that it may be satisfied, and that's kind of where it cuts off.
Okay. So Tarag studies it for good 15-20 minutes. He looks up this seems to be some sort of a bastardized account of the creation, as my father told me, but it's different. It talks about the cursed one. He relays as much of the information as he can to the group.
So a bit of quick clarification there. The Farallon creation story and how the universe came to be, and like the story of like most Farallon religions that he may have given you, very different from this. This is a very radical, violent sounding group.
Okay. So so Tarag just kind of relays all the information I have. Does this sound familiar to you at all?
One of the first thing that sounds the most strange to you guys is they mentioned a cursed one and that Sahai anchored them. The Sahai is the name of a month.
Does
I will.
That's how you spell it. Say hi.
I'll let anybody who's proficient make a religion check. And I think that's nobody, if I remember correctly.
I don't think I have religion.
We don't like gods.
I've got a +4 bonus.
Religion.
Same here.
No. Okay.
Okay. Then we will allow a collective group roll. One of you guys, as you're talking about Sahai and like some of these things that are bouncing around, as Tarak is talking about that collective group knowledge discussion. One of the two of you, Soren or Ye, or can roll it with advantage, so a little aid there. But you guys are going to get very limited knowledge as the group kind of like figures it out.
Shall I, or would you like to?
I mean, I have been studying this for a while.
Go for it.
Religion and advantage. Here we go. Should have done it.
Just broken pieces of information. None of you know of anybody that actively worships a god named Sahai.
Does it mention any of the other months in there?
Nope.
Of life. Cursed one. Did we get the impression that from the book, and again, I guess this is just what Tarak is relaying to us, but do we get the impression that Sahai is the cursed one, or that
Yes,
Sahai
the Ebon
cursed
Hand,
them?
The Ebon Hand specifically states that Sahai is cursed and cursed them.
Oh.
Like Sahai is the cursed one because of what they did to the Ebon Hand.
Got it. Okay. That's cool. I like that.
Does the feeding strike me at all is familiar? How they were saying that they're feeding a great hunger so it may be satisfied?
Nothing,
And
really.
like any words that they may have used when sapping magic?
Nothing, really.
Okay.
We had heard while we
Tarak,
were in.
given that really quick, I'll let you make an investigation check because there's a few words you didn't recognize. I'm going to give you on a DC 16.
Oh,
17.
that's the third time tonight.
I'm going to start bumping up these
I just
DCs.
can't
Damn.
do it.
Yes.
You
Balance.
get a look at some of the stuff, and like as you're looking through, you're like, let me look at that word again because you didn't know what it was. It was about what they were feeding. They refer specifically to feeding the maw.
Heard of the maw.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
so
the-
very helpful. But
Hold on. Maw.
let's go.
There we are.
The Ring of Jagged Mountain. There's a ring of jagged mountains, places of calm landmass around the Maw. The massive whirlpool, sea in the center of the world, akin to living next to a beast, but it's not a beast.
Tarak
No
looks at
takers.
Morph. Does this mean anything to you? We seem to be at an impasse.
No,
The maw.
I've never been to anything called the maw before. That sounds like a place I'd exclusively stay away from. And it sounds like some things that, you know, people might call tavern if he's particularly hungry and gets a little chompy.
Noldra, the Void Dragon, often dives into the Maw.
The maw, yeah.
Noldra?
Reth.
Noldrith?
Noldrith,
Never heard.
possibly. Was it
Never
Nol-
heard of
Did
Noldrith.
I miswrite it?
It is
Wait, no.
Noldrith. Nuldrith.
Thank you.
ITH. I
Noldra.
put E. Damn it.
Noldrith.
Thank you. That's
No,
just my ears.
never. It's likely my enunciation. Let's be honest. And all my weird fucking names. No. Sorry, Noldrith doesn't ring a bell.
Max,
Yeah.
you know, or you said you know how to get to Kosoba.
That's a stretch.
We've been there once, but
You've
getting
been
back
there.
is-
Yes, and we have means of potentially being able to somehow finagle our way back.
I mean, the first time was kind of an accident.
Yes.
Wonder if that pool is still there.
Oh, absolutely not.
And why is it so important to you, Jaeger?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys are in Kala. I wonder if you got a map available.
I did want to take a look at the map. I've just been busy.
I figured. You are not one to miss things.
So sure. Max kind of turns away from Jaeger and does it.
Yeah. The pool's lit up on the map now that you guys are in Katala.
I have interest in finding this group. Like I said before. But they might be in Kosoba. I don't have many clues left to track down, but
So what what I know of Kosoba is it's some sort of intermediary. It is a stopping ground, like a way station of sorts. You know, the Kosoba is not necessarily your destination. If I was to put money on it, I would bet on Eterna as being the place you want to be. The Ebon Hand is known to have a presence there. That's why I said the war is far away from you. Whatever conflicts the Ebon Hand has is of no concern to you because it's so far away.
We have reason to believe that they are making their way here.
They have.
Well,
Yes, if they haven't already.
When Tarag hears Eterna, He looks to Jaeger. It seems that perhaps our paths are going to lead us together longer than we thought. Eterna is the place I seek. If we are to travel together, we need to learn to trust each other. Tell us everything. Why do you seek this group?
Your heart, friend.
Kind of sits back in the seat. They have something incredibly important to me. And they took it. And everyone I knew.
Could you perhaps be a little bit more specific? They took what?
Is Sarai in the room?
She's sitting downstairs. Yeah, she was waiting for you guys. She's got coffee and scone and is just like listening, kind of idly, reading a book.
He just looks over her.
Oh.
Sipping coffee.
Shit.
Wait.
Did I do something?
For the first time since Trog met Jaeger, his eyes kind of softened. He, when he looks at him. I am sorry. We have all lost things or ones we care about. There is a way for us to help you bring them back. We shall try.
That's my mission.
Simple enough.
Sure.
Forgive me my sarcasm.
Kind of puts himself back together. I've been chasing them for what feels like ever now. And they leave no clues. The people they talk to and they do business with are the scum of this realm.
Do you have a name? Organization? Something like that?
The group I'm looking for, the Ebon Hand.
Beyond them, the people they do business with, you said?
It's not just one group.
No.
Do you have names?
Long forgotten. The Oasis.
What about it?
That's where I found. He pulls out the pendant. Close to it, not at the Oasis. That night there was something in the air. I could smell it like I did before. Back in my village, there was something happening and I couldn't put my finger on it. But when I got there, it was too late. All that was left was a ripped apart man, missing half his body. And he crawled to me in anguish and pain and died at my feet. But he He was clenching this pendant.
The Nightwalker.
So the Nightwalker doesn't like the ebon hand.
Well, that's good to know.
That is wonderful news.
I think you mistook what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Have I?
This fellow wasn't part of the Ebon Hand.
Who?
He just had one of their necklaces for some reason.
I think he took it.
Why?
Don't know. Wasn't alive long enough for me to question him, but what I believe happened was he went for it, and they can somehow disappear and travel. I don't quite understand it. But what's left behind, besides bodies and blood, is what seems to be a scar of an arcanic place. As if they drew some type of pattern on the ground.
Oh. Phenomancy.
And if they're feeding, you said this maw?
Yes. Some sort of large hole in the ocean.
Then my time's running out.
Oh.
Then I would say we have no time to waste. We should make haste, do what we have to satisfy this balanced bargain that we struck.
Damn snakes.
Did you say snakes? Like the Yonti snake people? Those ones.
Yes.
Yeah. They're an interesting group. All about balance and I heard Tarak's comment. I'm sorry about the balance and the snakes. Yeah, interesting group. They don't like mimics much, so we stay away. But yes, if you have business with them, I'd suggest you wrap it up quickly and move along on to bigger and brighter things.
That is the plan. We do have some sort of large, horrible monster to eliminate inside of their temple. You said there was a big hole in the ground. Anything else?
The hallway ended there. And there was some type of circle at the bottom.
I don't like that. Mofella, do you have torches?
Oh yes, I have plenty of torches.
Flick 'em a gold. As many as you have.
And Marfello, you seem to have known this, what the scorpion was. Can you give us any insight if we come across other creatures like that? Anything that might give us an edge fighting them?
They are intrinsically attached to the place where they are etched. So if you destroy the stone which you see them on, you can usually destroy them.
Oh, good. I was on the right track then.
I have just a thing for that.
Morfello hand, like, another comes over with just like a crate of like 30 torches. You guys can take as many as you need.
Yes. That was the plan.
Well, best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you in a few days.
Possibly. Depends on where we are. We might be stuck in the desert again with no solid surface.
Yeah, don't stray too far into the deep desert. It's all moving dunes out there. It's really hard to stick a knob into some place. You have to get lucky and find a temple.
Really?
Or a big rock. Anyway.
Sarai comes up and kind of prestidigitates you clean Makes you smell really nice. Sorry. And then she leans over and gives you a big hug. And she's like, this is for later when you're done beating up the bad guy. And you feel the weight of a bottle of wine go into your backpack.
Right. I'll pick her up, just give her a big hug and ruffle her hair a little bit.
We're safe, Dad. Don't worry. I've got it all
I
under
know.
control.
Check in on your mom, will you?
We will. From time to time.
Good. All right. Anything else we need before we leave?
Okay. Well, the door is there for you, Soren, if you should walk through it.
I will do so.
You turn the
Carefully,
handle.
I will peek out and like make sure that there's nothing fucking waiting for ambush in the hallway.
There's nothing out there. No scorpions on the walls in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
And looks clear.
Okay. All right.
All right. You all follow suit through the door and find yourself back in the Temple of Vakoth, deep underground, standing about 30 feet from this hole in the ground where somebody was digging, and it just fell through into a chasm, this open space about 30 to 40 feet down.
I'm watching the walls.
Watching intently, nothing is moving towards you.
I light a torch, throw it down.
Down below you, you can see with the torch at the bottom is a unnerving image, a ritual circle of blood.
Okay. Does it look like the one that we saw at what was that place called? Not WoW Tea. That's
Simiposi's lair.
yeah.
At Hushmanet.
Tarok, yeah.
Hushmanet. Thank you.
Hushmanet, yeah.
Tarok's gonna train the Eyes of the Eagle on it, see if he can make out any details.
It does not look like that temple's
Okay.
summoning circle. It's a very different one here.
For
Okay.
curiosity's sake, Max is going to take out the map again and see if anything is weird or cool on it.
There appears to be nothing on the map now.
Cool beans.
We're out. All right.
Looking down now after thoroughly watching the hallway and seeing the circle again, does it look familiar to me?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Are there more of those hieroglyphs down there as well?
There are no additional hieroglyphs down there.
All right. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Pythons, hammer, and rope.
Titans, hammer, and rope.
Sounds good.
Ting, 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 ting. Tie. And then like tie off every like 5 feet or so, like another little knot, just to kind of give footholds. Down we go.
Tarok just jumps down.
Turok
Show
braces
off.
over. All right.
How far down is it again?
It's about 30 to 40 feet.
From his belt pocket, he'll shoot up to the ceiling and descend with a Gidgee gun.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Just kind of sitting there watching them, just like very clearly wanting to jump down, but like, oh, you'll break your knee. Don't do it. Come on, just climb. You went through all the effort of fucking hammering a nail.
Max, I put a light up down here just in place of the torch. I don't have you using the light spell yet, but there's a torch on the ground. As you get
Hi.
down, you can see that there's those of you that are trained in Arcana. If you're proficient in Arcana, you very quickly pick up a few things. Something with this circle has to do with scrying, with long distance communication, something. You're not exactly sure, but you do see that bits of blood from this circle trail off to the north.
Those are very large hand marks. Are those
Did those hand
appropriately
marks
sized?
match the ebon hand design?
That's a good question.
They do not match the ebon hand design. but they are very large handprints.
Do they look like they are actually like large handprints, or does it look like someone drew a handprint? With
Make an
blood?
investigation check.
Okay. That's not bad. 13 plus investigation. 17.
They look like someone drew them with blood, not that it was an actual handprint.
No giants, we're fine.
Okay.
Oh yes, you're fine. That's right.
Yes, totally fine.
Jaeger,
What are those?
Botrin, you hear voices coming from the north. Two distinctly.
We're not alone.
What would you guys like to
Ackle's
do?
gonna go investigate.
Pull out my pistola. And I'll actually just kind of go off into whatever this corner is and try and hide behind it.
I'll follow behind and try to move quiet.
Tarak is going to cast Pass Without Trace on us.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm gonna
Oh.
change to free movement so you guys can move around as you see fit.
Is Spackle on the map anymore? I don't see her.
Nope, I did not get speckle. My bad. Give me 1 hot second and I'll get you a speckle.
Dude, that's a spookle.
We need the
22
spookle.
stealth.
There's the spooks. Spook.
Oh, right, stuff. All right.
24 stealth.
I'm gonna re-roll that. I got the inspiration.
You do have the
It expires
inspiration.
at the end of the session anyway.
End of the
right?
session. Yep.
Well, I mean,
again.
it's 23.
Well, it's a 23. I mean,
I don't care.
Are we all rolling
30.
spells?
I'm
Yeah, I'm just getting a
I'm
group
a
stealth check.
Stealthy boy. There we go. 33.
it's that couple of levels in a row we couldn't let get lower than that.
Yeah, that's. Well, I'm never gonna get there. That's all right though.
Love this animation.
Pass Without a Trace comes in,
Yeah.
Pretty.
and you guys sneak off, listening to the voices in the distance.
They're to the north.
Can we tell what language they're speaking?
Speaking common.
I know that
Just
one.
talking.
I know that one.
Do we recognize the voices?
You do not, but you're able to get closer. You feel safe at these without passing those 2 lines that I marked on the map for you.
Okay.
As you guys come up there.
I gotta stick with Tarak here.
Gotta move the light up so the stream can see.
Oh, that's a thing.
Up here.
So as Spackle moves through Botrin, you're kind of letting Spackle scout ahead for you. You see a massive pit filled with bubbling green liquid.
I need to know what effect that is.
And from that, there is a robed creature speaking to somebody that you've seen before. An old man whispers and speaks to this apparition floating before him. I have studied it for quite some time, my lady Amana, and I have found that the anchors is what must be taken out. You must destroy the anchors if you are to complete your plan. And Amana, this apparition of her rising in a form out of that green acidic goop, looks back to him.
It's about time you did something right. It's taken decades, I feel like, for you to get this done properly, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Thank you. There's something else you need to take care of for me now, though. You see, that as clever as you are, by taking this specific temple to get the information, you have let intruders into your midst.
I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw immediately.
Oh.
Come on.
Believe in the heart of the dice. Come on.
I certainly will for a 22.
I'm
Dirty
going to
20.
use my inspiration.
Okay, you can use your inspiration.
Dirty
Gonna use my
20.
inspiration too.
I can't do better than 18. I'm keeping my inspiration.
Okay.
Soren got a dirty 20. Maximil, what'd you get?
That's a lot better.
16.
Okay.
18 for Tarak.
Soren, Jaeger, and Doran resist this effect.
Ooh.
Condemn it.
The rest of you, you understand how time feels different in a dream state. This apparition of Amana enters your mind, and you feel like you're in that place between asleep and awake. That moment in time where that dream that you know you've only been asleep for a few minutes seems to stretch for hours. As Amana comes to each of you that did not succeed the saving throw in your mind and reaches into it.
I know you. I've seen you before. This does not happen to me. These images, the layers, the things that are wrong. I've seen you somewhere before.
Do we still hear it if we resist the effect?
You don't. This happens in an instant for everybody who did not resist the effect. Or who
Okay.
It was there, wasn't it? Brindornum and Casso. That was real. That happened. I knew it. I knew. She fucked with the time again. I was succeeding, and she. Oh! It's fine. That's fine. You were there. That's okay. I don't need anything else from there. You can attempt to do what you want, but I have minions everywhere that will handle you. I mean, your friend Galaxlin's, he's helping me now too. I mean, how much more do you need to fail for this to sink in that you can't do anything right? It's fine. My prophet will take care of you.
And in that instant that you felt the magic come over you, those of you that you resisted it, almost instantaneously, the image of Amana disappears in front of you. And this prophet, this man turns to you who's missing half of his face. An eye is hanging, gone from the socket. His skin rots and falls off of his body. Is holding a tapestry from upstairs and drops it onto the ground in this acidic pool and turns to engage all of you. And unfortunately, I'm not going to start a combat 8 minutes before the end of the stream, so this is where we'll pick up next week.
The combat. Can we roll initiative now?
I don't know if it'll save when I close it, so we'll roll initiative next week. We'll roll initiative next week.
I'm pre-rolling just to roll it.
Come on, if I roll high enough initiative, I can take him out one round. Let's go.
Oh, let me do it. No, combat trackers, not initiative.
So, I'm sorry, does he destroy the tapestry?
He drops it and it lands next to it. If you
Next to it.
Yep, it is being eaten actively by acid right now.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
Also, I need to know what this little effect is, because that's so cool that you got the lining of the pit.
Yep.
I need it.
I will definitely show it to you after we shut off the stream, but for those of our friends out in the streamland right now, thanks for hanging out with us. It's kind of sad,
baby.
It's kind of sad we did not get to encounter and actually fight the Prophet of Decay today, but rest assured, we will next week. So, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. It was an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you next week. Bye.